Hi, in this tutorial we will see how to configure local and remote monitoring of Solaris OS by using Patrol for Solaris. To begin the configuration, select Solaris as a monitoring solution. Select the version. Select the Solaris monitoring monitor profile. The Solaris infrastructure monitor type enables remote monitoring of your Solaris OS. The Solaris local OS monitor type enables local monitoring of your Solaris OS. To begin with, we will see how to perform local monitoring of the Solaris operating system. I'll select the Solaris local OS monitor type and proceed with the configuration. Here, choose the resources that you want to monitor. You can monitor CPU, memory, kernel, NFS, network, users, swap, virtualization, services, process, file systems, Z-pool, and disk resources. Clear the checkbox to disable monitoring of any of these resources. By default, all these resources are included for monitoring. For this demo, I'll include all the resources for monitoring. We will now see the types of filters provided in this configuration. In virtualization configuration, you can create filters to include or exclude logical domains and zones from monitoring. I'll keep the default settings. In SMF, you can exclude services by the service state. By default, the services with legacy and disabled state are excluded from monitoring. You can also include or exclude services based on the service name. I'll keep the default settings. In process configuration, you can configure processes and perform some advanced configuration to streamline your process configuration. For this demo, I'll add the patrol agent process for monitoring. I'll enter the process name string. I'll keep the default settings and save this configuration. In file systems configuration, you can filter file systems based on the file system name or file system type. The Z-pool and disk configurations enable you to filter Z-pools and disks respectively. I'll save the configuration. We can now see the instance in the TrueSight console. Now we will see how to configure remote monitoring of the Solaris OS. Select the Solaris infrastructure monitor type. In device input type, select the type of input that you wish to enter. You can choose host name or file path based on your requirement. If you have selected host name, you can enter the host name in any of the following formats. Enter a fully qualified domain name or just a host name. You can also enter an IP address of the machine that you want to monitor. The third format is host name or an IP address with a published host name. Also, if you want to apply the same configuration for multiple hosts, you can enter a comma-separated list of hosts or IP addresses that share the same credentials. If you have selected file path, you can configure the hosts from a file. You can enter the absolute path to the file that includes the comma-separated list of hosts. Enter the port number. Enter the username to connect to the remote host. Keep the default settings to use Patrol Agent default account credentials to connect to the remote host. Password-based authentication is used for verifying the credentials in this case. I'll keep the default settings and use the Patrol Agent default account to connect to the remote host. In the monitor type configuration, choose the monitor types as per your requirement. This configuration is similar to the local monitoring configuration that we just discussed. Save the policy. This is how you can perform local and remote monitoring of your Solaris OS using Patrol for Solaris. Thank you for watching this video.